Demystifying ambiguity in passive voice sentences. Hello there, language learners. Welcome to another engaging episode of our English learning series. Today, we are delving deep into a commonly misunderstood area of English grammar: ambiguity in passive voice sentences. By the end of this video, you'll be a pro at identifying and avoiding this often confusing aspect of the English language. So, let's get started. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of ambiguous sentences, let's quickly recap what the passive voice is. In a passive sentence, the subject is acted upon by the verb, and the doer of the action might be mentioned at the end or omitted altogether. For example, the cake was eaten by John. Now, onto our main topic: ambiguous passive voice sentences. These are sentences in which the subject or the doer of the action is unclear or confusing. These often occur in passive voice sentences due to poor sentence structure or improper use of grammar. Let's look at an example. The report was written on Tuesday. Who wrote the report? This is left ambiguous. Now that we know what these ambiguous sentences are, how can we spot them? Here are a couple of things to look out for. 1. Vague or missing subjects. Passive voice sentences often leave out the doer of the action, which can lead to confusion. 2. Misplaced modifiers. These are phrases or words that are not clearly or logically related to the word they modify. For example, the report was written on Tuesday with a blue pen. Here, it's unclear whether the report was written with a blue pen or if the report was about a blue pen. Remember, clarity is key in effective communication. If there's any doubt about the subject or the action in a sentence, you're likely dealing with an ambiguous passive voice sentence. Now that we've understood and identified ambiguous passive voice sentences, the next step is avoiding them. Here are a few tips. 1. Specify the doer. If it is relevant and doesn't affect the style or tone of your sentence, mention the doer to eliminate any ambiguity. 2. Rephrase in active voice. If the sentence still sounds unclear, consider rephrasing it in active voice. 3. Rearrange misplaced modifiers. Ensure that the modifiers are placed as close as possible to the word or words they modify. Remember, practice makes perfect, so take time to revise and practice these tips. That wraps up our lesson on ambiguity in passive voice sentences. Remember, effective communication relies on clear and precise language, so understanding and avoiding ambiguous sentences is key. We hope this video was helpful, and you're now better equipped to handle ambiguous passive voice sentences. Keep practicing, and see you in our next video. Happy learning!